Alright, well, I've got some progress made. I did get the Sprite render or Sprite 2D renderer working under the lightweight rendering pipeline, and I was able to create some shaders to go along with that. So this is my Parrallelax shading that I'm using here. So idea being that I'm going to scroll the texture on the material, and here's the Sprite lit master because I created that with the 2D Sprite 2D renderer, and it will support normals, although I don't really have a texture that has a normal map, but if I wanted to, it could support the normals. It does do a time manipulation in the tiling and offset of the UVs to achieve this, and then I multiply in a color channel in case I want some opacity on that, or change the color if I wanted to go with the black and white texture. And over here are the properties that I'm exposing in my shader. So, which I just got a main texture, a normal map, a strength for the normal map, the color that I want to multiply into this, and then the main speed, which is the vector that controls the speed. It does allow for X, Y, I guess it would even do Z, probably even rotation because it's got a vector 4, but currently it's only hooked up to control the X and the Y. And that's the shader. We don't want to shade because all I did was move some stuff around. And just to show you how that looks, I've got the nebula blue, and I guess the red and the blue are the same at the moment, but you can see here I got a Parrallelax script on here where I can give the property name of the shader that needs to be changed for the Parrallelax feature, which you can see over here. It is this vector main speed, so this label right here is needed for that shader to work. Alright, well, at least for the Parrallelax script to work with it. And so we'll go back here. You can see that's where this label is, the property name, and then the speed modifier, so how much speed based off of how far it is from in the Z plane. So this is 10, and I'm using a depth normalizer so that that I have a relative number. So I wanted 0 to 1, right, to apply the speed modifier to. So if this is set to 10, it's going to take the Z value, take 10 and divide it by whatever the Z value is, and then multiply that by the speed modifier and apply that as the speed, and then I can use this enum for vertical, horizontal, or both. So right now I've got to do them both just to test out, and on the blue one here you can see that I just have it doing horizontal, and you can reverse the direction by giving it a negative speed factor. So again, I wanted the depth normalizer should be the same on all the Parrallelax scripts, just depending on how far back you want it, and I got this set to 8. So, and then just to kind of give you kind of how it looks, as well as I got the lights working, so this is a lit 2D sprite renderer. You can see that when I press play here, because I have a general lighting on it, which is very dark at the moment, so you can see it everywhere, and then I've got a point light on the actual player character right there, so you can see that it does light up that, and then you can even change the intensity if you want to get glowing effects, but I think that's going to come later as I get more of the electricity look to it, and these are just backgrounds that I'm playing with. They're not the ones I want to use. So I think that pretty much is it. I did get the rendering portion of it working, which is what I wanted. So take care and have a good night, everybody.